Yo, 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 what up, people? I think I see Apple Jizzack right in the comments. He's first. Where's my man Miguel? Come on, Miguel.
He's slacking tonight.
Damn, Miguel. Good to see you, Applejack. Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. This is my fourth show, this fourth night in a row. Plus working, plus trying to finish my book. That's right. I announced finally, after months and months, my book. I have a book coming out, my second book, but this one is nothing like my first book. This is about my dear friend Temujin Kensu, who is in prison, wrongfully convicted, proven innocent, and still in there almost 4 decades later. I flew out 2 weeks ago to see him in prison. And the book is going out for pre-order shortly. Oh, did you put the link?
Yeah, link's on the screen.
Oh, nice. So if you guys want to be updated when my book goes for pre-sale, which it should be pre-order in about 2 weeks, that is definitely the route to go. It'll notify you. I do also have the only recording of a prison interview in the almost 40 years he's been in prison.
Yep.
Because of my blind accessibility equipment, it records and I use transcripts. That's how I write and read. And it was hell trying to get everything situated through the prison to bring it in, but they never asked me to not share it publicly or sign any papers when I left. So I have over 4 hours of a recorded in-person prison interview with Temujin, which has never happened in that prison. So I released a clip yesterday on Due Dissidence. Thanks, fellas, again for having me back on. So yeah, it's a pretty exciting thing. So the transcript will be in my book along with many other things. And there will also be clips released here and there. So exciting stuff for sure. And I do want to say that Temujin and his wife did give me the blessing to write this book. I am writing it with, I gave them full approval to edit and change anything that they want. They are 2 of my best friends. So this is with their blessing. That's the only way I would have done it. So I'm hoping people, sign up so they can know when pre-orders start, and it should be in about 2 weeks.
Cool. I signed up.
I know you did, but I'm going to send you a book anyway. It's not like I'm going to make you freaking buy it.
I want to help edit it too. Send it to me.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, it's like being an English major doesn't help when you lose your sight. It's like, why did so what? I took all those classes. I got 4.0. Cool. I can't use them now.
I'm
So
sorry.
yeah. But yeah, I'm super proud. It's a long work in progress. And my first book being a political satire, it took, the research my co-author Pat and I did was literally scrolling for shit libs on Twitter. That was our research. Whereas
Yeah.
now I'm literally reading like thousands of pages of court transcripts and, appeals and clemency reports and evidence. And, it's very different. This is not something I ever thought I would write or could write. So it's definitely out of my arena. But
Yeah.
Temujin and his wife Paula are happy. So that's all I care about. So fingers crossed,
Good.
at least a few people read it and learn more about the case. Yes.
That's all we want is for people to know about it.
Absolutely. And you could
And
go
to
to
give a
the
shit.
Innocence Project. If you go to the innocenceproject.com, Temujin does have a section on there. He's been represented by them for quite a number of years. And they take like one or two people a year out of thousands and thousands of cases. So, yes, I'm excited. But yes, there's my band.
There he
That's
is.
my buddy. It was quite an experience being. I've never been in a prison before, so that was certainly interesting. But it was just
Yeah.
after interviewing him for on phones from prison for almost 5 years, just being able to see him in person was so awesome. I talked to him and his wife like probably 3-4 times a week. We talk all the time, so it was wonderful. I was like, I'm literally 2 feet from you. We're sitting at the same table. Like, it was so surreal.
I'm
I was
happy
like,
for you.
why do I feel like I'm talking to a rock star? Like, this man is accused of murder, but I love him so much.
Yeah, he's been on your mind a lot, I'm sure.
He has, because he's innocent, and that's the hardest part, you know. So we just need to get him the fuck out. Um, but yeah, so we have a number of topics to go over. Like I said, I've already done several shows this week. I did another one last night that was like topics from the week as well, but I always make ours completely different because I don't want to show the same, things 2 nights in a row or what have you. Um,
Sure.
so let's get going. One of my favorite people in the world.
RFK?
Yeah, Mr.
Mm.
Brainworms and, whale guts and bear corpses and basically as a thing for animals.
Said publicly, you want to immediately get rid of 600 NIH workers on day one. When we had our meeting, you said you actually like to get rid of 2,200 people from HHS. Which offices are you going to start cutting and riffing these 2,200 workers from?
Senator, there's 200 political appointees that are changed during every administration.
So if you got rid of those 200 political appointees, you're not going to replace them with your political appointees.
Well, President Biden this year changed 3,000 employees at HHS, 3,750
So
at NIH.
your 2,200, what departments are you going to pick them from?
Well, the same as President Biden did when he changed 3,000 out.
Let me just, I'm down to a minute 30. The chairman's been generous with colleagues on both sides and may have to go a couple minutes over. But let me just say, so let's just answer, this, I hope, since you're asking to become the top healthcare official in the United States in terms of HHS, huge ramifications, and part of this job is to be the senior advisor to the president on health issues. So when we're looking at this purge and we're looking at laying off workers, when we're looking at potentially the president's illegal offer to try to buy out federal employees, which I would say to any federal employees, think twice. Has this individual in his business world ever fulfilled his contracts or obligations to any workers in the past? But if you are in this position, will you pledge that you will not fire federal employees who work on food safety, work on trying to preventing things like salmonella?
Senator, there are 91,000 employees.
So that I take that as that's a simple yes, and I'm going to take that as a no.
Run that
I take that as a no. Will you actually? We talked about protecting Americans from cyber criminals, something we need to do a lot more on. Will you commit not to fire anyone in the health arena who currently works on protecting Americans from cyber attacks in their healthcare files?
I will commit to not firing anybody who's doing their job.
Based on your opinion, based upon your opinion, or your political agenda, or Mr. Trump's political agenda?
Based upon my opinion.
I guess that means a lot of the folks who've had any type of views on vaccines will be out of work.
How did he respond to that? I wonder. Oh, I think you're muted, Joy.
I can't handle watching him, so I don't know. I just watched a few clips because I can't fucking handle him. Like, I just can't. I feel like I need like 5 showers every single time I even listen to a minute of whatever garbage he says.
Yeah. Yeah. When day one of the hearing finally ended, the room erupted in thunderous applause. People shouted, "We love you, Bobby," making their support for his confirmation as HHS Secretary loud and clear.
Mr. Kennedy, I look forward to working with you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
We're adjourned.
We love you, Bobby. You know what is so bizarre is I watched the show Curb Your Enthusiasm, which has
Yes,
Cheryl Hines.
it's the wife. Yes,
So this just confirms that this is all just a Hollywood production
yes.
for us to watch. It's just a big TV show.
I know. I can't even watch that show anymore.
I know
like,
it ruined it for me. And also, Larry David is a huge Zionist.
Huge Zionist, huge shit lib. Yeah.
Same
like,
with Gary
fuck them
Seinfeld.
too.
I wish they weren't so shitty because I liked Seinfeld before I knew the truth. You know.
So gross. So fucking gross. Yeah, that was one of my favorite shows ever. And I'm like, I can't fucking watch that now. Like, what the fuck?
Comment from Miguel. Miguel is here. He says, "I can't stand RFK Jr." And he has the talked hand emoji.
Oh my God. I can't. Like, there are few people who annoy me as much as someone like he's like, say, my top 5 that I want to punch a fucking wall when I look at him, when I hear him. I just fucking cannot stand that dude. I just can't. It's just
The vibes are off with this guy, right?
Yeah, he's like
Vibes are off.
so inconsistent. I mean, his inconsistencies are just incredible. Like, remember when he was running and he would put out like correction tweets and emails like nonstop? I said this, I shouldn't have said this. What I meant was blah blah blah. And it's like,
I remember
dude,
that.
shut the fuck up. And he's one of the hugest Zionists ever. So just for that alone, he can go fuck off. But yeah, gross.
Mm-hmm. You want to change topics?
Yes, please.
Okay. Is this true? It says from Black Enterprise, Black people only comprise 4% of DEI positions in the workplace.
That is true. I did not know this. I honestly had no idea. I did not think DEI meant strictly Black, like a lot of people did. But I did not know that it also does include women, and
Oh.
it also includes military.
Okay.
So yeah, like when you see like those boxes on, applications that say like, are you a service member, that kind of thing,
hmm
like they're not going to get that like preferential treatment or what have you, which I'm anti-imperialism, whatever, but I think it's interesting that Trump obviously did not fucking know that. There's no fucking way he
No.
would have gotten rid of it if he knew it was affecting military. He may have made changes to it and said military will be the only ones exempt, but yeah. But it's, I'm watching a lot of like TikTok type videos and stuff, and everyone's straight up saying, I thought this was just for Black people, and I thought it was just for people of color. I did. I really, and I
Hmm.
thought primarily women. I don't know. So I
Interesting.
was definitely wrong as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's gone.
Well, here's something. Trump has made bigotry something to be proud of.
3 years ago, I worked as a server at a cafe in California. Most of the wait staff there and the people in the kitchen speak Spanish exclusively, or if they do speak English, it's very limited. Now, growing up in California, I worked very, very hard to improve my Spanish speaking abilities so that I could communicate. That's who I was friends with growing up. I am speaking Spanish to my coworkers, and this white lady gets seated in my section. She's probably in her 60s. So I go up to the table, and before I can say anything to her, she goes, English. English. I want someone who speaks English. And I am shocked. So I'm like, how can I help you? I speak English. Have you ever heard of a bilingual person before? And the look on her face was just completely, she was just mortified. It's like, oh my God, sorry, I thought you were one of them. That is word for word what she said to me. Now you can ask my friends, family, coworkers. I talked to a lot of people about it like 3 summers ago. And I just wanted to say, I thought that was the worst that it could get. And it's continuing to get worse and worse and worse. And people say it with their chest now. Like, it's not something to be embarrassed of now. They're
Yeah.
proud of their bigotry.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they think they're being invaded, and
I know.
they're reverting back to their fucking caveman ways, right? That's all this is.
This whole like calling them aliens is always been so fucking weird to me. Like,
Yeah.
you're from another planet. Actually, it's another land, but obviously, anyone who's not us, you are out of this world. Oh my God, you're a foreign body. What the fuck? Like, it's so crazy. And I can't stop thinking about my friends who are immigrants or whose parents are immigrants or whose kids are kids of immigrants. And what about you?
Yeah. Feel bad for him.
It's scary. I saw this one teacher was saying that she has kids in her classes who are kids of color, and some of them are children of legal immigrants, but they're still carrying like passports and birth certificates and stuff with them to class just in case.
Just in case.
And I'm like a fucking 5-year-old is carrying around his fucking birth certificate.
That's fucked up.
It's so horrifying. Absolutely awful. But there is a video coming up that I want people to watch, and it's about how this is so not new. And I know how, Dems like to pretend all of this stuff is new, and it's frankly just more outspoken. It's just more out in the open.
Let's see here. Is it this?
Oh no, this is
No.
it. I think I put it in with the Palestine stuff. Yeah, this is actually breaking news. This was wow. This
Yeah, what is this?
So this mayor, it's a woman mayor, and
Okay.
the people in her town, I can't see what the town is.
Dalton.
Dalton. So people in the city really can't stand her. And it's a town hall. Guy gets up, just says like horrible things to her.
Okay.
And the mayor's boyfriend stands up, tries to fist fight him, and someone snatched the wig off the mayor. And
Oh, snap.
it went wild.
Okay, so that's what we're seeing here.
Yeah, but if you go
Okay.
down to the one that I put in there, it's the guy's speech.
Okay,
It's harsh.
here we go.
Daughter moved away to Texas, and when her daughter moved away to Texas, she went to help her daughter. But I done heard about 4 or 5 people tell me how they had to take care of yours. And so now you've been a half-ass mayor. But if you wanted to get up here and earn some respect, then you should have been able to respond to Lori Lightfoot's report about credit cards. You want to talk about them not coming to work, and we've been hearing about what you've been doing while you've been at work. And I'm going to give away the rest of my time because I think on behalf of the Black Cookout Association that we would rather take a vote and we're going to exchange your black ass for Stephanie be the new member of Congress. So all those in favor say, all those against it say nay, all those in favor say aye. You go, bitch.
Good. Wow.
That ain't right. Now, woman, go out. That ain't right.
Wow.
Well, she's definitely not getting reelected. That's for sure. I kind of love this community, honestly, because he went up there unabashedly and was like, I don't care if you're a politician. I don't care if you're elected. I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't want you. We don't want you. So I mean,
Hell yeah.
props. Like, and that community turned the fuck out. Look at that crowd.
I love to see it.
I know. It's so awesome. So more power to them. But when my friend, I sent this video to my friend and she's like, oh my God, that is the worst fucking thing you could ever do is snatch a wig off. And I was like, I know. I was like, damn, it's going to get bad. But yeah, this just happened tonight.
That's crazy.
I know.
All right.
I love
Up
how
next.
people have
Oh.
cell phones now.
Everyone.
What's that?
Nothing. We have some comments I was going to read.
Oh, okay.
So we have Brett Boyle. Looks like he's from Canada. Joins the chat. Welcome to fascist Nazi, quote, United States of Israel.
Yep.
And he says, I got a strike on my channel for sharing a post by Mint Press News about the new law passed in, quote, Israel, questioning October 7th, calling it, quote, October 7th denial, which is 5 years in jail in, quote, Israel now. And questioning October 7th and the events got me a strike from a community post. So just a warning to us, I suppose.
Insane. Yeah, I have a few videos we're going to play tonight that I'm like, this might be getting me some strikes, but it's true. And fuck Israel. fuck Israel.
Damn straight.
This kid is 14 years old. I don't think I've ever wanted to hug someone so bad in my fucking life. I love this kid.
All right. I don't think I've seen this yet.
Who's supporting Palestine today?
My name's Zach. I'm 14. I'm here supporting Palestine because I think it's absolutely atrocious what the Israeli government is doing to the people living there. And it's absolutely inhumane and inexcusable. And the fact that our government and other Western governments still support it is absolutely criminal.
Can you explain a bit more how the situation in Palestine is linked to the issues in the West?
It's less of an issue of morality for a lot of Western governments and more an issue of kind of strategic importance. Israel is a key Western ally, and that is one of the main reasons it's having its genocidal campaign supported by the likes of our government, the US, and other Western governments. And I think if we really look deeper, we should be judging government actions and who we support based on what they're fighting for, and if they're fighting for the right thing, and if they're fighting for workers' rights and human rights, and whether or not we're standing up for humanity itself.
What advice would you give to other youngsters that are playing Fortnite right now and don't know what's going on?
Don't let anyone tell you to shut up. You're the next generation. We're the next generation. Someone who's currently at a young age who may think their voice doesn't matter, they're going to be the future prime minister one day. So everyone's voice matters, no matter how quiet, no matter how loud. So just keep fighting for what's right.
Hell yeah.
Oh my God, whoever your parents are, I fucking love you. That's how you parent. I fucking love that kid.
Yeah.
Like,
me too.
It gives me hope for the future. I mean, I cannot fathom how different my life would be if I was that astute and that informed about world politics, about you know, any of this shit. Yeah. I'd be a fucking different person. I mean, that kid's so young and he's so fucking bright. So I love to see it. I want that kid to come on and talk more.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you replicate this
I know.
over here
it's just
in our country with our kids?
Oh my God. Incredible.
Yeah, back when I was his age, we had 9/11 happening. So that was crazy time.
Oh, you're that much younger than me.
I suppose.
Oh, wow. Okay, because I was in college. 9/11. I think I was like 23. Yeah.
Okay.
I was thinking about that today, actually, because I was
9/11?
listening to a podcast.
Yeah, it was hard to know what the truth is. But what is this? There are no depths to which America's greatest ally will not sink. Is this talking about Israel?
Yep.
I knew it.
Well, this one's interesting. The Australian Federal Police are investigating whether foreign actors paid local criminals in cryptocurrency to carry out anti-Semitic attacks. Now, you've probably noticed in the news over the last 2 months, suddenly the number of anti-Semitic attacks has gone up drastically. It seems to be a new graffiti or fire every other day. And interestingly, they seem to have spiked straight after Australia voted in favor of a UN resolution for Israel to end its illegal occupation of the occupied Palestinian territories. Now, which country might stand to benefit from paying local gangs to commit anti-Semitic attacks? I don't know. I can't think of any country who has gone to these lengths before in order to push their own agenda. Now, I'm not implying that I think all of these attacks were funded by these local criminal gangs. Some of them might have been real. We know that white supremacy is on the rise, but given the fact that there appears to be a foreign actor funding a lot of these attacks that have suddenly spiked since our UN vote, I don't think it's that hard to come to a conclusion about which foreign actor that might be, given their track record.
So
Totally
there are
is.
videos coming out left and right. Like this one woman, she's a blonde woman, and she was just saying like it was the most traumatic thing. She came back to her apartment. There were swastikas everywhere. There's video of it. It's horrible, right? Well,
Yeah.
now, oh wait, someone had surveillance. Someone had surveillance camera. Oh wait, it was her. Yeah, it was her. So this doesn't fucking help your case, and it also hurts actual anti-Semitism, because then it is questioned even when it's legitimate, because all of these events are, I mean, the past 2 months, I mean, things have just been coming out left and right about like things being proven that it was like themselves doing it. And that's not helping, dude. It's not.
Yeah. Well, they don't really
It's
care
not.
about. They don't really care about the individual
No.
Jews who may be hurt by this. It's it's bigger than that. They're dispensable, I'm
Absolutely.
sure.
Absolutely. And when I had some people from Jewish Voice for Peace on the show, they were saying that stuff like that makes them feel unsafe. You know what I mean? Because what it does is it riles other people up. And it says, even if that's disgusting, now I'm going to fight people I think are anti-Semitic because look what's going on and stuff. And they said, I've never felt unsafe around Palestinians, but I have felt unsafe around Zionists. And that this kind of shit feeds into that.
Yeah, it does. It makes it seem okay for you to do that kind of thing, and it's not. Here we have a public service announcement, and we have some people in the chat saying, fuck Israel hell. Hashtag fuck Israel.
Yep.
But we can't say that, so they have to say, they spell it differently, All right, let's play this.
Hey, hi, hello. This is just your friendly reminder that according to the UN Charter of 1948, UN General Assembly Resolution 2625 from 1970, Protocol 1, a 1977 amendment to the 1949 Geneva Convention, and UN General Assembly Resolution 38/17, the people of Palestine have a legal right to resist foreign occupation, apartheid, and genocide through any and all means at their disposal, including violent armed resistance. This is also your reminder that according to these same statutes and laws, Israel, as the occupying force committing genocide, has no legal right to self-defense. You don't have to like and approve of Hamas or every single thing that they do to resist the genocide that is being inflicted against the Palestinian people. You do not have the right to dictate to them how they are allowed to resist, because legally and morally, they have the right to use any and all means at their disposal to resist this genocide. Have a day.
Yup.
100%.
Period.
And
then
we're about to cover what the means that they have to fight back, and it's not much, but it's kind of
exactly. Like they don't even have a fucking army. It was so funny. Blanken was on TV the other day. Well, I saw a clip. I'm not sure where it was from, and he's like, we have evidence to show that Hamas is getting larger in numbers. Are you fucking shocked? You fucking Zionist tool. Are you seriously fucking shocked? Like literally everyone in Palestine should. No, okay, no, I'm not.
I don't know.
No, stop it.
Hamas is weird, right? Hamas is like compromised and funded by Israel itself, and I don't know about Hamas, but I want these people to get their land back, whatever that's
Yeah,
called.
Hamas is actually, I mean, the Netanyahu's predecessor is on video. I've shared it a few times, actually talking about how Hamas would not exist if it wasn't for Israel funding it since its inception.
It's like the
So, and
ultimate version of this thing where they punch themselves in the face and cry. They're like, "Oh, somebody punched me in the face." This is like the ultimate version of that on a grand scale.
yeah, absolutely. Like when they have their own like piece of wood in the spoke in the
Yeah.
bike, and they're like,
Yep.
"Damn it, Bernie," or whatever. Yeah, this is like one of those. Yeah.
Exactly. That's gross. I hate that.
And something I was talking about the other day was, the UN has a list of terror organizations. Like, these are considered terrorist organizations. Hamas is not on that. It never has been, ever.
No. We should be on that list.
We should be, and so should the colonizer terrorist state of Israel. Israel.
Mehdi Hassan. Here we go.
How many nuclear weapons does Iran have as of today?
Right now, I hope none.
Okay. How many does Israel have?
No idea.
No idea. You were in the government. They don't tell you that stuff.
No idea.
Who do they tell? You never discussed Israel's nuclear weapons. You can say that hand on heart. You've never discussed Israel's nuclear. You're expecting us to believe that the Deputy Foreign Minister of Israel never discussed Israel's nuclear deterrent. Seriously, Dan.
No.
Tell yourself.
I
my
did
friend.
not discuss Israel nuclear weapons. I did discuss Israel nuclear policy. What do you want from us? And they're all trying to gang up on us.
It's not like you're just minding your own business, this kind of Norway in the Middle East with nuclear weapons. Danny, I'll ask again. We've gone off on a lovely diversion, which you're the master of. How many nuclear weapons does Israel have?
I don't know. By the way, another diversion, which I have to say.
No.
I have to
You can't pre-announce your diversions. Let me ask again. If an Iranian guest came on my show and I asked him about Iran's nuclear program, he said, I don't know, I'm not going to talk about it. Would you be okay with that? You'd be outraged.
Of course.
And yet you sit here as a former minister of the Israeli government saying, oh, I don't know, never talked about nukes with anyone.
Because there was like 16 United Nations Security Council resolutions against Iran.
And there is against Israel. And there is against Israel as well.
About
your nuclear program.
No.
Yes, there is. UN Resolution 487. Let me read it to you. The UN Security Council in 1981 says, calls upon Israel urgently to place its nuclear facilities under the safeguards of the IAEA. Why haven't you done that?
Because
awesome.
Brain starts like steam starts coming out.
Yeah, he was real confident there. He was about to change the subject again, and he got shot down.
Why would he even go on Mehdi's show? Because Mehdi, I was never a fan, ever, until like the past several months. He finally like stepped it up and stopped being such a shit lib in so many ways. But like Mehdi held his own and pushed back, and that's what we fucking need. This guy going on his show is a fucking idiot if he thought anything else was going to happen.
Yeah, what's the deal with that? Why would they even put themselves in that position? It's interesting. It is.
I don't think there's, well, I mean, I don't think they had a huge support. That dude had a lot of support in the audience. I kind of feel like he didn't. So if you're not like, if the host isn't a fan of you and you don't have like friends in the audience, you may not want to go.
Yeah, you gotta have your entourage. You gotta have your boys with you in the audience.
Have your IDF soldiers come in and just stand in the back and wait for people of color to walk in, and yeah, that'll be your secret service.
Israel is interested in peace, not in peace. They want a peace of Palestine, peace of Lebanon, peace of Syria.
Why do you continue to peddle the notion that Israel is interested in peace? What everything is doing is making it clear it's involved in massive terrorist ethnic cleansing to drive the Palestinians out of Gaza, out of the West Bank, to expand the borders of Israel, as it's been doing every single year since 1948. Apartheid, because that's what the Israeli system is, doesn't have a right to defend itself any more than apartheid South Africa did. Illegal occupation doesn't have the right to defend itself. Ethnic cleansing, or a state built on ethnic cleansing, doesn't have a right to defend itself. The people who have the right to defend themselves are the people who are victims of those things. Who are the victims? Who are the oppressed here? The Palestinians are. They're the ones being ethnically cleansed. They're the people at the wrong end of apartheid. They're the one under illegal occupation. They're the ones who've been killed with impunity for years and years and years. Why do you...
Hell yeah.
God, I fucking love Irish people. I need to go back to Ireland.
Yeah, I want to have a beer with this guy.
Dude, I've always wanted to go back to Ireland, but now I just want to walk down the streets and fucking hug people. I don't feel like, anyone know where Claire Daly is? Anyone? Please. I want to find Claire. They're just so cool.
He says in the beginning, why do you continue to peddle the notion that Israel is interested in peace? Because that's like the propaganda, right? You have to have that.
Absolutely.
If you talk to any random person on the street in this country about Israel and Palestine, half the people or more will have it completely backwards. And that is by design.
Absolutely. And they, one of the number one talking points we hear is Israel is the biggest democracy on the planet. Like, we hear the words Israel and democracy constantly in the same sentence. They're not. We know they're not. Anyone with 2 brain cells knows they're not. Right now, there are kids literally being arrested as we speak outside the registrations office because they're refusing on their 18th birthday to go into the IDF. They are going to prison because they are refusing to join the IDF. That's not a fucking democracy. There's nothing democratic about that. It's also not democratic that Bibi's election was supposed to be months and months and months ago. And one of the reasons he's continuing this is so he can stay in power and someone else cannot be crowned. Also not democratic. But for us to call them democratic, it makes perfect fucking sense. Because
it's that same
we
twisted,
have no concept.
the same twisted version of the word, right?
Mm-hmm. Our democracy's at stake. What fucking democracy? When people say Democratic Party, I literally just shake. I'm like, what?
No.
There's no fucking Democratic
It's the
Party.
Democrat
What are
Party.
you talking about? Like, I get so fucking mad.
Yeah. Words matter, people.
Seriously.
If you see somebody trying to change what a word means, like, that should be a red flag for you.
Yep.
All right, tweet from Rania. Israel is the real criminal. Let's see.
In 54 days, she was allowed to shower 4 times, but the real torment was fear.
The worst moment is that a thought come into your head that says, you know what, maybe they should rape me already and then I will not be fear anymore.
Almost like bring on the worst.
Yeah, because it was just do it.
Just terrible to be fearful all the time.
Every single day. I was not raped.
I was not raped.
And I was not murdered. But in my head, they killed me every single day.
Oh, wow.
And in my head, they raped me every single day. I always try to explain to people that rape is a really big word, okay? It's not only the act. Even when a guy stands in the front of your door, and you sit down, and he's staring at you for 10 minutes straight. 5-6 times a day, every day, for 54 days. Trust me, that's a rape.
Yeah,
So-
let me read this last part if you don't mind.
Yeah.
This part, I guess this is a quote from her. And then came Muhammad. You don't understand what a handsome boy, the most beautiful man I've ever seen in Gaza. 24 years old, porcelain face, rosy cheeks, beard, mustache, everything neat, on point, standing solid, with fluent Hebrew. So for 10 hours I spoke with him and tried to reach him. Is that from her?
Yeah.
Okay. So she's sexualizing it.
Yeah.
She probably wanted it to happen.
I mean,
I don't know.
you know, hey, Kamala, can you watch this? Because you keep saying that the R word was done like constantly and like to so many women. But, you know, and there was never any proof. And then this terrorist state of Israel actually investigated it themselves and said there was no proof of any R words, which was shocking as fuck because they never tell the truth. But I mean, we have countless receipts of it happening to Palestinians. But so she is using that word on purpose. You know,
yeah.
I understand when people use that word in a different way, but she is using it on purpose because she understands the connotations it means for Palestine.
100%. It's gross.
It is.
Speaking of gross, 60 million worth of condoms for Gaza? What the
Yeah,
fuck?
they're
is
all
this?
feeling sexy, obviously.
This is an unhinged lie from the Trump administration. The truth is condoms are barred from entering besieged Gaza, along with crutches, sleeping bags, and cancer treatment.
There was about to be 50 million taxpayer dollars that went out the door to fund condoms in Gaza.
They're making condom bombs. Hamas floats these things up with bomb-making materials and then kaboom, booby-trapped condom. Look it up. It's a dual-use technology.
Now, I mean, this whole thing is just so crazy and ridiculous, isn't it? It's just where to begin? Where to begin? What are the facts here? Well, as the Guardian report this morning, the US Agency for International Development did a comprehensive report last September, which found in the previous year that the US spent about $60.8 million globally on contraceptive and condom shipments. No condoms went to any part of the Middle East. The idea that $50 million worth of condoms were ever going to get to Gaza is a lie. And a deranged, unhinged lie at that. There was a useful lesson, though, into the plight of Gaza itself, because as the brilliant Palestinian analyst Mohammed Shahada points out, Israel bans condoms, full stop, from being able to enter Gaza in the first place. And guess what he notes are also banned? Crutches for disabled people, seeded fruit, oxygen cylinders, water filtration systems, sleeping bags, cancer treatment, maternity kits.
What the hell?
Like the only people I could see giving Gaza condoms is the terrorist state of Israel because they don't want them procreating.
That
But
would make sense. Yeah.
if you want to go to the next thing, it's a Fox News article and they have pictures of the condom bombs.
Do you want me to play the video clip? Or
No, that was
No.
that was the one I think you just played.
Let me see.
I think it's the next item. That's, oh yeah, there we go.
So so I click into there. It brings me to this page. Let me refresh.
Yeah, I think I sent it separately. It's a screenshot. Yeah, there we go.
That's what you want. Okay.
Those are the condom bombs.
That's really them. The wind propels refrigerant gas-filled condoms attached to incendiary devices into Israeli territory after being released by a group of masked Palestinians near the Israel-Gaza border. I'm surprised they didn't use the word Hamas here.
I mean, those
but
look very real.
those could be that could be an AI image,
Oh, I know. Like,
but
it doesn't, like, condom bombs. Like, what the? Oh my god, I can't.
and does Israel feel threatened by this? Because Israel has all the drones and they have the AI and they have the night vision and the robots.
This is an additional way for them to say we're not going to send aid trucks. Not that any are getting through anyway, but because they'll say there's condoms in them and insanity. So yeah, then next I included the Fox News article this was in. I had to ask a guy for the source because, I was like, well, can you give the source where this screenshot's from?
All right.
There was notice. It was the executive order that the president signed. There's also a freeze on hiring, as you know, a regulatory freeze, and there's also a freeze on foreign aid. And this is, again, incredibly important to ensure that this administration is taking into consideration how hard the American people are working. And their tax dollars actually matter to this administration. Just during this pause, Doge and OMB have actually found that there was $37 million that was about to go out the door to the World Health Organization, which is an organization, as you all know, that President Trump, with the swipe of his pen in that executive order, is no longer wants the United States to be a part of. So that wouldn't be in line with the president's agenda. Doge and OMB also found that there was about to be 50 million taxpayer dollars that went out the door to fund condoms in Gaza. That is a preposterous waste of taxpayer money. So that's what this pause is focused on, being good stewards of
It's a preposterous thing, all right.
It is. Almost like it's not even true.
Isn't it? It's kind of crazy. So yeah, you could skip the next. That was actually in the video. So
Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. It's bananas.
What the hell? You ready for a funny? I think we're at the end.
Really?
I think so.
I don't know if this is funny. It's sad. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny.
Ask your pendulum a bunch of questions. And just like the other people I see, the pendulum is telling me that he's not the president. That Kamala is going to be the 47th president, that the ceremony was fake. Like, I fully expected that I would do what I was seeing other people doing and I would not get the same answers. And I tested it out, like I made sure that it was responding to actual true answers that I knew to be true appropriately. And then I did that. I am so confused. I don't.
So now I have to fucking see if I can find other of these pendulum things. I gotta fucking see if I can find more. Because not only did you not show you doing it, you didn't say what questions you asked it or what Okay, it swings right. What does that mean? It swings left. So I'm guessing maybe, I mean, this is presumption, it's conjecture, but maybe if it like swings left, it's her, or right, it's him, or like, I
I
don't
think
fucking know.
it sounds like it's a yes or no question kind of thing, and she might
Right,
have asked,
right.
is Trump the real president? And it went to
Like,
no.
is my name Joy? Wait for it. Wait.
I think she is living in some delusional other world in her mind. And I think a lot of people probably are trying to cope right now real hard, and they're failing probably.
Yeah, because remember when the election first happened and they're like, oh my God, Kamala's giving us an Easter egg. Did you see the verbiage she just used? Oh my God. She was saying it like, I'm the former DA. I know what I'm doing, and I'm going to be arresting Trump. And then they would be like, November 21st, wait for it. Something big is going to happen. And then it was November 24th. Watch. He is going to be announcing something.
That sounds exactly like the QAnon junk for the Trumpers. It's exactly the same thing, right?
That's what I'm saying. Like, you are not that different. You're two cults. Like, you're not that different. It was crazy. It was like all these dates kept popping up. Wait for it, you guys.
It's a fucking cult.
Happen.
Yeah.
And then she was like on
cults do.
vacation. It's like, yeah, she really cares about you guys. Definitely.
Comment from Brett. I find it remarkable how many people acknowledge that the media lies to us about Iraq, Ukraine, so many things, and yet those same people literally believe everything the news says about, quote, Israel.
Yep.
Right, yeah. Why
Absolutely.
is that? My theory was that Israel's in the holy books, so they're indoctrinated into it for some people. But other than that, I don't know what the fuck.
It's the threat of being anti-Semitic. Like, I really, like, you know, in my experience with people in my life, even if they say they support Palestine, if they still have that little bit, but it's like, but Hamas, and we need to support Israel.
The hostages, Joy.
Yeah, and it's like, if there's that little but, I swear to you, I think it's their fear of being considered anti-Semitic. And I'm like,
you might be right.
You realize Palestinians are Semites. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And you know what? Straight up, Bibi made another post defending Elon and his gesture. Okay. He's made several posts saying to lay off Elon for what he did. So that motherfucker has no right to tell anyone they're anti-Semitic. Because if our watermelons offend you as being anti-Semitic and you're defending a dude who gave a kind of salute 2 times, go fuck yourself. Your selective outrage. It's like, no, he supports us, so it's okay. Bananas. Fucking bananas. Let me see. Okay. All right, guys, smash that like and that subscribe. Tomorrow night, I have some East Palestine people coming on. 2 years on Monday since the train derailment.
Yes.
And Monday, Matt will be going to EP for me because he's amazing. And he and I have been there 4 times together. And I can't make it due to like travel and shit. And he's gonna go and film their day. They're doing a lot like what we filmed last February 3rd. It's gonna be like They're going to show some documentaries, have some
Mhm.
speakers, have a get together for, residents. Tomorrow night, one of the things we're going to be talking about, when I have residents on, we're going to be talking about how some of them are receiving certain kinds of letters in the mail again. I've probably had residents on my show 30 times, maybe. So these are people I still talk to pretty much every other day. So I'm very much still involved with East Palestine and their struggles. So I'm glad to have a few of them back tomorrow night. It'll be 8 p.m. Eastern because they go to bed early. Not sure why. But yeah, so 8 p.m. Tomorrow night. And then Monday, we will not have a show because Matt will be holding stuff down in East Palestine during the day. So I will be posting information about times and links and all that stuff. But for now, 8 p.m. tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, tune in and get some updates from EP. So smash the like, smash subscribe. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And
Yes, thank you
Matt,
for
thank you for joining me tonight, as always.
It's my pleasure.
Much
Have a
love,
good night,
everyone.
everyone.
And don't
Adios.
forget to pre-order my book. Don't forget.
Yes. Link
All
is on the
right.
screen. Link is in the comments, you guys. Click the link. All right, have a good night.
Have a good night. Much love.